robotics. I think this is one of the topics that is going to be the next biggest thing in the tech industry. And most of the people in the world who are close to the tech and software development and who are techie basically, they will agree with me. Basically, like we look at a revolution of blockchain, and then we have an AI revolution that we saw. But the next thing that is coming in is how we are going to integrate the AI into the physical AI, that is the robots and the humanoid robots kind of stuff, and along with that quantum. But I'm not going to quantum right now. I'm just into robotics. And as most of the people, when they came into AI, some of them felt like they are already a lot behind, right? And the AI seemed new to them, but AI was already very much far ahead. So I don't want to do that with the robotics industry. So I just thought that why not take a topic and understand something about robotics in that topic, so that I don't feel like in future that I don't know anything about this topic. Why not? So I started with a simple thing, understanding that how the robot see the world, or it is through a visual sensor, right? But I went to the YouTube and looked into videos that tell about the different kind of eyes the robotics look or use for that. But I bet you, I really telling you that I did not see a single video which talks about robotics eye in depth, that how it works, how many types, and it's very beginner level, very normal, like initial zero level thing to advanced level. So I thought that why not I take this topic and move ahead with this and make or record something of my own. So yes, it's a 30-page full document about the robotics eyes or the sensors, and it is about the first part only. Like I will talk about what are the things that I am covering on this topic, but this is just about the half of it. Most of the things I have not covered. It is like 20-30%, but we are going to definitely cover that in the next videos. So first of all, the question came into mind that, and I used Claude for this understanding that the text of proper Claude AI to started from scratch, because it can give us a very good initial beginner level to advanced level understanding and proper roadmap of a particular topic of how I should start and progress into that and in the proper learning curve, right? So first thing that I asked that, does it know about the robotic eye or not, or it is trained on that or not? So it says yes. Then my next question was understanding, like there must be a lot of kind of visual sensors or these robotic sensors eyes that are present, but what are the broad categories? Then we go in subcategories and understand that, right? So I got there are like four categories in that, but it told about three categories only first time, but when I re-asked, then it says that we have four categories. So the first three categories that it said is the we have like the light-based sensors. The second is the distance or depth sensors, and then the non-visible spectrum sensors, where the second and third are not taking the images. So, as a normal newbie or person who doesn't know anything, I just asked like why we have the depth sensors inside this, because I was in an intuition or a perception that whenever we are talking about the visual sensors, which I was concerned with, then why would I get these kind of sensors? But in robotics in this, what happened that visual sensors are just not the sensors who are dependent on this visible light. It is all the sensors. The basic definition is that if a particular sensor is able to let the robot know its environment or perceive its environment in a better way, that is called a visual sensor. So the sensor that is responsible for understanding of the environment, those are basically are uh, sensors or vision sensors in the terms of robotics. So then it comes to my understanding that okay, then we have three basic kind of sensors. But as long as I understood that whenever you ask a feature or question to Claude, it sometimes forget or doesn't like forget some of the points that it is not able to retrieve, maybe due to past interference and all. So I re-asked that, is there any kind of sensor that we are not covering, or would you like to revise your list about that? So it said that yes, and it gave me like a list of 27 subcategories and four categories of the visual sensors, which I'm gonna read. So first category is the visual sensors that are purely based on like the visible light, the light-based sensors. So these are the first category in which you have the molecular camera. The next you have the stereo camera. Second is RGB camera, which we'll talk about, and event camera, omnidirectional camera, plenoptic camera, the high-speed camera, and the polarization camera. So there's no way if I just put these lists in front of you and you don't know about them, then why the hell I'm making this video for you? It should be properly structured and I will be talking about these in detail and their applications as well. And that is what exactly I'm gonna do. So the next thing I'm gonna read, like the next category is of distance and depth. So there are also 8 subcategories in this. We have radar, sonar, radar, structured light, time of flight, laser triangulation, photometric stereo, molecular depth estimation. The next third category is the non-visible spectrum. That is, you have the infrared, the thermal cameras, ultraviolet, hyperspectral, X-ray, terahertz, multispectral, gamma ray, and biospectral special purpose. That is the fourth category that we have, in which you have 4 subcategories. That is the compound eye sensors, neuromorphic vision sensor, retina-like sensor, and tactile vision sensor. So these are the subcategories and the categories that we're going to talk about.